This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Here we are on the RV Advisor and Planet RV pod, and I got to tell you, it's very, very important to always take lessons from situations that maybe you weren't expecting. This happens a lot. No insurance, then the problem happens, and you're faced with a big bill. I'm here with Gigi Stetler, of course, and our guest is Joycelle. And Joycelle, I know that you had an issue, and I'm going to let Gigi take it from here, but it was a non-insurance situation, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so basically he called for an appointment, and the first thing, because he had some water damage inside, and when I went up on the roof, he had hit the antenna. The antenna had a hole in it, the Winegard antenna had a hole in it, so it's like, this is a covered loss. So I called him on the phone, and he said,
I don't have insurance.
so I said, what? He probably, which like most people, sometimes if you pay cash for it, you don't think you need insurance. And this happens over and over and over again, because you can't drive off the lot for a dealer when you're financing, because they make you get insurance. Sure. You know, but it's not just to protect the bank, it's to protect your interest as well. So what happens is when people pay cash, they don't think about it, and as what happened here. So you know, and he's like, don't make a fool out of me, because, but it's
this
not
happens all the time.
It happens all the time, because you know, people just don't think that they have to have insurance because they don't have it financed. So anyway, you're going home to buy that insurance.
Going home to buy insurance.
Yes,
Yeah.
and now that it's completely well maintained, and that's another thing is before you buy insurance, if you are purchasing a used unit, whether it be privately or through a dealer or whatever, you have to make sure that it's maintained. And if you come over here, you know I'm a big stickler over caulking. So we did a really nice, beautiful seal on it. And so if you're purchasing a used unit and you don't see any caulking on it, you need to just go and look through it to make sure that there's no water damage, because that's how water gets in. But now it's perfectly well-maintained RV that'll last him forever if he comes back next year for another seal job. But anyway, and the insurance will be more than happy to insure it. So
there you go. Well,
till next time,
Joycelle, this wound up being
it's been a pleasure.
A good story at the end of the day,
Yes.
right?
Sure, have a good one.
All right,
Thank
Joycelle,
you.
folks. We'll see you soon. All right, we are here at Planet RV, and we've got a unit here, a Four Winds, and we're standing here with Peter, who brought it in, and Peter's going to chat with Gigi here, and we're going to find out just what the issue is. Let's find out.
So Peter, welcome back again.
Thank you.
I know that we did an assessment on the jacks, and I believe we replaced the control board, or the
Yes.
modular, the control
Yes, that's
modular.
correct.
So when you're diagnosing something like jacks, refrigerators, anything that has a control board, you know, with the control board not operating properly, it's so hard to give a proper diagnosing, because you've got to fix the first problem first. You know,
Right.
so we changed the control board, and it was working. We went up and down yesterday several times. Peter shows up, first time he pushes the button, it doesn't work. And or you went home and then it didn't work, right? Or
It's the electrical part now.
it's the electrical part.
Right.
So, which is my point. So, you know, which it could be a solenoid, which is the
Right.
next test, but we couldn't. You can't jump to the solenoid without the control board working. So,
Right.
so anyway, here at Planet RV, we do, you know, guarantee what we're doing, but we didn't charge him for a solenoid, but we can't get to that at this point until we diagnose that part. So we got our trusty Phil electrician over here that has got a whole bunch of wires going on, and he's going to find the problem.
I was just going to say, here in South Florida, there's not too many RV repair places. In fact, a lot of them have moved to the West Coast, which puts people like me that live here in a quagmire. And so I was glad that you're here doing this kind of work.
Well,
And
we're glad
you
you're
don't have
here.
to wait months. Thank God.
We founded our business 36 years ago, or I did, on customer service. and which is so far and few between right now. That just doesn't exist in the RV business. They make more money, dealers make more money on the sales and get them out the door, and it's like a factory now, turn and burn kind of thing.
Right.
And then,
Yeah, I mean, most places it's a couple months to get in.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and that's if you buy a
trip
brand.
or do something. I don't want to sit for 2 months and wait for them to look at my hydraulics or.
Yeah, no, it's difficult, but I have to say in South Florida, and why a lot of the dealers had moved out of South Florida, and I've survived all these years because it's not an easy market.
It's expensive.
The cost of real estate is
Right.
is
It's like
dry,
having an RV in New York City. It's not gonna
basically.
happen.
But for a dealership to have a store, like when our place burnt down and we had to move, finding something comparable, it was impossible. So
Yeah.
we're at 3 times the rent value right now,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
so it's stifling. So anybody that came in after us in this neighborhood realized that it's hard to do business here, and getting good labor, good help in South Florida is also next to impossible.
That's right. Yeah.
So I mean,
Keep
my
foot around.
my group that I have working for us, we're like family.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we treat them like family. We're family, and we all stick together, and we all try, and it makes a huge difference. And they're not fully educated, possibly. They're not,
But they know their trade.
they know their trade, or if they don't know this trade, RVs, like most of our technicians, we taught them everything, like by trial and error, practicing on our own units and stuff. But
Right.
they might have been a licensed electrician, for houses, so you
Right.
you kind of bring that knowledge into, or they might have been a plumber and they bring that knowledge into, the RV space.
Right.
So, so they're working out their trade, and they've become good technicians, and they never saw an RV, before in their life when
That's
they came
right.
here. So,
Yeah, no, it's,
so, but the West Coast also, I think that everybody's going over there. It's a quarter of the price for real estate, but also there's so many dealers. So I think what happens is consumers here in South Florida, they want to be where there's a lot of dealers. So we lose a lot of traffic because they go to the West Coast, or they drive to Tampa, or they drive somewhere else so they can see a lot of RVs. And then, if they buy over there, then they're stuck because we can't fix what
Right.
someone else sold under warranty.
right. Yeah.
But your customer pays, so you get fixed. But if you have a warranty issue, something I've said over and over and over again, if you're buying a new unit, you have to buy local. You have to support your local dealer, even if it costs more money. You have to buy local, or you're not going to get service. Used is
Right.
different because if you buy an extended warranty, then anybody will fix you. But so anyway, keep that in mind, folks. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
We
Thanks,
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, everybody, we're here at Planet RV, and we are checking out this unit right here, this Pioneer, little roof issue, and Gigi's going to go up there because she's not afraid of heights.
We know, Tom, you're afraid of heights.
We're
So.
afraid, yeah. So she's going to get up on, she's going to get up on the roof, and or sort of on the roof, and see what all the story is, and assess all the damages and what can be done,
And what should have been done.
and what should have been done. Let's do it.
Hi, everyone. So here we are on top of a roof, and got a couple of things. Number one, this unit has leaks, and it came in for a roof leak, and he had actually called the insurance company prior to bringing it in here. Insurance company went to his house and denied coverage because he didn't do any maintenance. There's no caulking on the roof whatsoever anywhere, so they denied coverage based on lack of maintenance. But when he brought it here to me, had he had done the maintenance, or had he had brought it here first before he called the insurance company, because he hit a tree, and look at all this, like that's part of the tree. He was under a tree, and he's got, if you can see that, AB, that tear right there, and there's quite a few of them throughout the roof, those tears. So those tears would cause water to go inside. So had he had done the normal caulking on it, he would have gotten his roof approved. So as I have said 1,000 times, make sure your maintenance is up to par, because something like this would have been a covered claim. Now he has to write an $8,000 check to replace the roof. So, and he had a perfect perfect covered claim. So, folks, please do your maintenance, or at least, give us a call. If you're an RV Advisor member, you can video FaceTime us so that we could look at everything and tell you exactly what's going to happen. If you're a local customer of Broward RV, Planet RV, just make an appointment and come by and let me look at it. I can tell you exactly if it's going to be a covered claim or a non-covered claim. But this is, it's very sad that it went like this, but he should have maintained it. He didn't purchase the RV from us, and he's not an RV Advisor member, so that's what happens. So and not only is this roof is going to be expensive, but the water damage that went inside, he has floor issues now as well, and he's going to be out of pocket for that too, which all would have been a covered claim. Or maybe it would have happened if he tore it, but it wouldn't have happened if he put caulking on it. Anyway, until next time.
So there you go, folks. Just another idea of what goes on here on a daily basis at Planet RV.
Yep.
Right? I mean, it's like always a whirlwind of activity.
There is, and if you stuck around maybe another hour or so, you'd have about 10 more situations.
It never ends.
Yeah,
we should just put a camera, just a live stream all day long and share that. Not a bad idea.
Yes. And then we just, that's a good idea, though. Smile, you're on candid camera.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, folks, we will see you next time right here on the podcast. For Gigi Stetler, I'm Tom Alexander.
Hi.
See you later.